In a small town nestled between rolling hills and a meandering river, there lived a woman named Clara. She was known for her warm smile and kind heart, but beneath the surface, Clara carried the weight of her past. A series of unfortunate events had left her feeling like she was trapped in a cycle of pain, unable to break free. The loss of her father when she was just a teenager had shattered her world, and the subsequent struggles she faced in her early adulthood only deepened her sense of despair. She often found herself dwelling on the injustices of life, feeling like a victim of circumstances that were beyond her control. Clara worked as a librarian, surrounded by the comforting scent of old books and the soft rustle of pages turning. It was a place where she could escape her thoughts, losing herself in the stories of others. Yet, even in this sanctuary, she often felt the shadows of her past creeping in, reminding her of her losses and failures. She had always been the type to internalize her pain, believing that if she could just endure it long enough, things would eventually get better. But as the years went by, she realized that simply enduring was not enough. She needed to find a way to transform her pain into something meaningful. One fateful afternoon, while sorting through a donation of books, Clara stumbled upon a worn-out journal. Its cover was faded, and the pages were yellowed with age. Intrigued, she opened it to find the musings of a woman named Evelyn, who had lived a life filled with challenges and heartaches. As Clara read about Evelyn's struggles, she felt an unexpected connection to the woman's story. Evelyn had faced the loss of loved ones, financial hardships, and health issues, yet she wrote about her experiences with a sense of curiosity and determination. It was as if Evelyn had made a conscious choice to view her suffering as a series of lessons that shaped her character. Inspired by Evelyn's words, Clara began to reflect on her own life. She thought about the moments that had defined her, the times she had felt utterly defeated. What if, instead of viewing these experiences solely as sources of pain, she could see them as opportunities for growth? The idea was revolutionary to her, and she felt a flicker of hope ignite within her. Clara decided to embark on a journey of self-discovery, one that would involve confronting her past and embracing the challenges that lay ahead. She started small, keeping a journal of her own to document her thoughts and feelings. Each day, she would write about a challenge she faced, whether it was a difficult interaction with a patron at the library or a memory that triggered her sadness. But instead of ending her entries with despair, she would search for the lesson hidden within the experience. One day, while helping a young boy find a book on dinosaurs, Clara noticed the excitement in his eyes as he spoke about his favorite prehistoric creatures. His enthusiasm was infectious, and for the first time in a long while, Clara felt a sense of joy wash over her. She realized that the boy's passion for learning was a reminder of the wonder that exists in the world, even amidst pain. That evening, she wrote in her journal, "Today, I learned that joy can coexist with sorrow. It's okay to feel happy, even when life is hard." As weeks turned into months, Clara continued to shift her perspective. She began to seek out challenges instead of avoiding them. She enrolled in a pottery class, something she had always wanted to try but had been too afraid to pursue. The first few sessions were difficult. Her hands struggled to mold the clay, and many of her creations crumbled before her eyes. But rather than feeling defeated, Clara found herself laughing at her mistakes. Each failed attempt became a lesson in patience and perseverance. She wrote, "Today, I learned that failure is just a stepping stone to success. Each broken pot teaches me something new." Clara's newfound outlook began to ripple through other areas of her life. She reconnected with old friends, reaching out to those she had distanced herself from during her darkest days. Conversations that once felt heavy with unspoken words became lighter and more meaningful. They shared their own struggles, and Clara realized that everyone carries their burdens, often hidden beneath the surface. She wrote, "Today, I learned that invulnerability creates connection. When we share our struggles, we find strength in each other." As the seasons changed, so did Clara. She started volunteering at a local shelter, serving meals to those in need. Each encounter with the guests at the shelter opened her eyes to the resilience of the human spirit. Many had faced unimaginable hardships, yet they greeted her with smiles and gratitude. Clara began to understand that while pain is universal, so is the capacity for growth and healing. She wrote, "Today I learned that compassion is a powerful teacher. When we serve others, we discover our own strength." One day, while volunteering, Clara met a woman named Maria, who had recently lost her home due to unforeseen circumstances. Maria's story resonated deeply with Clara, and she felt an urge to help. They began to talk, and Clara listened as Maria shared her dreams of starting anew. Clara was struck by Maria's resilience, her determination to rise above her circumstances. Inspired, Clara invited Maria to join her pottery class, believing that the creative outlet could provide comfort and healing. As they worked side by side, Clara and Maria forged a bond that transcended their struggles. They encouraged each other, celebrating small victories and comforting one another during setbacks. Clara discovered that teaching and sharing her passion for pottery not only helped Maria, but also deepened her own understanding of resilience. She wrote, "Today, I learned that growth is not a solitary journey. When we lift others, we rise together." Clara's transformation did not go unnoticed. Her colleagues at the library began to see a change in her demeanor. She was more engaged, more present, and her laughter echoed through the aisles. One day, her supervisor approached her with an idea to start a community program that would encourage children and adults to express themselves through art and storytelling. Clara was thrilled at the prospect of sharing her journey with others, and she eagerly accepted the challenge. As the program took shape, Clara poured her heart into it. She organized workshops, inviting local artists and writers to share their experiences. The community responded with enthusiasm, and soon, people from all walks of life began to gather, sharing their stories and creating art together. Clara realized that her journey had come full circle. She was no longer just a passive observer of life, but an active participant in the healing process. She wrote, "Today, I learned that our stories have the power to heal not just ourselves but others. When we share, we create a tapestry of resilience." Through this program, Clara witnessed firsthand the transformative power of shifting focus from pain to lessons. Participants began to open up about their struggles, and in doing so, they found strength in vulnerability. Clara facilitated discussions that allowed individuals to explore their experiences and extract valuable lessons from them. Each session was a reminder that while pain may be unavoidable, growth is a choice. As the program flourished, Clara's life continued to blossom. She found herself in a place of gratitude, not just for the good moments, but for the challenges that had shaped her. She realized that her father's death, while painful, had taught her the importance of cherishing every moment. The struggles of her early adulthood had instilled in her a sense of empathy and understanding for others. Clara wrote, "Today I learned that every experience, even the painful ones, adds depth to our lives. They are the threads that weave the fabric of who we are." One evening, as Clara reflected on her journey, she sat down with her journal and penned a letter to Evelyn, the woman whose words had ignited her transformation. She expressed her gratitude for the gift of perspective and shared how her life had changed. She wrote about the beauty of embracing challenges and the joy of finding lessons in adversity. Clara felt a sense of closure, as if she had come full circle, ready to pass on the wisdom she had gained. Months later, Clara stood in front of a group of participants at the community program, her heart swelling with pride and gratitude. She spoke about her journey, sharing the lessons she had learned along the way. As she looked around the room, she saw faces filled with hope and determination. She realized that her story was just one of many, and together, they were creating a tapestry of resilience that would inspire future generations. In that moment, Clara understood that life would always present challenges, but it was her choice how to respond to them. She had learned to embrace the lessons hidden within her pain, transforming her suffering into a source of strength. Clara had become a beacon of hope for others, illustrating the power of resilience and the beauty of growth. As she concluded her speech, Clara felt a wave of warmth wash over her. She knew that the journey of self-discovery was ongoing, and she embraced the idea that every new challenge would bring with it the potential for growth. Clara had shifted her focus from pain to lessons, and in doing so, she had not only transformed her own life, but had also inspired others to embark on their own journeys of resilience. With a heart full of gratitude, Clara stepped down from the podium, ready to continue her journey, knowing that the lessons learned would forever guide her path forward.